But yeah.
B.
But B, besides all that, what have you been jamming since the last episode?
I jammed a few things, man. The first album I'm gonna talk about is Jim Legacy Black British Music. I don't know if you listen to that at all,
I forgot. I forgot.
but what I want to say about this project, man, probably one of my favorites to listen to this week. Really
Mm,
enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting this dude to have this much musicality in his catalog
mhm.
or in his arsenal. Be who I don't know who all was producing some of these tracks on here, but it took all type of different approaches to like all types of like sounds and genres, bro. Like some pop elements, like a song like New David Bowie worked really well with like this crazy like poppy sound and hip hop incorporated into it, and also with his melodies. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. You know, I was a fan of the song Father, so I'm like,
Was that song
what
on the
else?
album?
Yeah, it's on the album as well, and it
Okay.
fits in because it's just like well, I say it's just like a just collage of like different sounds, but it all fits pretty well, man. I really enjoyed it. The song "Stick" was dope and catchy. A lot of this stuff, kind of the hooks are catchy and the melodies he has. And he has a song called 3X with Dave when he kind of like touches on more of like the death of his sister a little bit. And you could tell he was more somber on that track. And then Dave had a little good verse on there as well. And man, I like this, bro. I was like, hold up, I played this like 3 times. I played
Mm.
today, I played it like yesterday, and I played it the day it came out. So I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed
Mm.
this project. I started to send it to you like, yo, B, check this out. But I totally forgot. Because you still ain't checked out the song Father at all. So
No, I keep forgetting to. That's why. I'll
yeah,
try to listen to
so
it this week though, if I can
yeah,
lock it.
but I enjoyed it, man. It was this probably one of the best releases that came out this year for me. Just not like being like, oh, this is wipe so and so out the water. No, I'm just saying like from me, from my first experience with a full project from this kid, I think this is one of the best I heard. Like from what he was giving me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people to hold it to standards to other albums. I'm just saying
Hmm.
for me, niggas.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But but that's Jim Legacy Black British Music. If you guys haven't checked it out, I say check it out, bro. I think I
Mm.
wouldn't just yeah, just check it out. Just check it out.
All
Like
right.
I said, hold up before you go.
Uh-huh.
Key hip hop music creative, bro. That's all I want, B. That's all I want.
I
Yeah, what you
understand,
got?
B. B. Since you talk so highly about a project,
Hmm.
it's time for me to put the hazmat suit on, B. It's time
All
for me to
right.
be the garbage man. Gotta talk about that Jello, League of My Own. Out of all the
Ah.
things I could have listened to this week, B, this is one of the things I chose to listen to. And B, this was one of the most horrible things I've heard this year. I know I say that probably about a lot of projects, but this is one of the most horrible things I've listened to this year. Jello, we already knew what the song Tweakers was. You could tell this is his first time rapping. He doesn't really know how to rap. Well, he definitely shows you that a lot more on this whole
Mhm.
project right here. Less than 40 minutes, thank God. The cover, uninspired. League of My Own, I don't really see how you are that. Listen to this album. How are you in a league of your own when you are a cheap imitation of something that one, you're not from the region of, but two, you're obviously emulating someone else. And the
Mhm.
worst part is because he's emulating Young Boy, because I'm gonna just say it straight out right here, he has that New Orleans bounce like Young Boy sound that Young Boy usually uses, especially like during like the whole SoundCloud clout era during that time.
Boom, boom.
He uses he uses that
Boom, boom.
sound like everything in Tweakers and Law and Order and all that. He stays in that sonic scape, but the problem is with this is that because he's emulating Young Boy, he's doing a
Hmm.
poor imitation of it. He has no personality, no charisma. He sounds very boring, and you could tell he really cannot rap. He's doing this just for a check. He doesn't have any passion to actually do this or make great music or great songs. Literally, his verses are made just to get you to the hook again. The songs are horrible. The songs are bad. There's no catchy hooks besides if you want to, I might swerve in that corner. Whoa. It's only catchy because of the
Ooh.
memes. It's not really catchy because it's a good hook. I'm gonna just say that right now. Law and Order, I thought the song was cool. I thought Glorilla obviously did a better job. And to say that Glorilla is one of the better like rappers on your project, it's really saying something. So Jello, League of My Own, please don't rap again. That's all I have to ask. Well, not even ask. It's just a statement. Just don't rap again. This project was horrible. It's a cheap imitation of Young Boy. In fact, it's disrespectful to Young Boy. That's all I'm gonna say on that one, B. This album was very bad. I told you, hey B, look, you know when you the trash man, you missed the trash can verse. That's me, B. I had to, hey, I had to go, B. I had to come back to it
Oh,
and dunk it in the recycle bin.
oh
B,
my
what's your next
God.
project, man?
My next project is about I always mess up his name, even though it's simple. Silk Money. I don't know why I always want to say
Mhm.
Slick Money, but Silk
Mm.
Money. I talked about, his albums coming out. It's called "Who Waters the Wilted Giving Tree Once the Wilting Giving Tree Once the Leaves Dry Up and the Fruits No Longer Bear."
That's too long of a
Long
title.
title, I know, but
Mhm.
the
I said that's
title,
too long of it.
yeah, but the title to me represent a lot of like what's going on in this album. This
Mm.
album is more of a, I used it before, like a stream of consciousness. Like he's just rapping, bro. Like he's rapping.
Uh-huh.
He has in some of these tracks is conceptual. It's not really hooks, but he's just going. Like he has one track on here. It's called "Probably Wouldn't Be Here If We Wouldn't Been Killed That Nigga King Batch." So the whole time, this whole thing about this, I'm sorry, you can bleep that out if you want, but delete it. Sorry. But his whole thing is about taking out tap dancing's be.
Mm, hmm
You know what I'm
hmm
saying? He talk about, some of these
Yeah,
niggas
the
don't need to
big
be here. Yeah,
raccoons.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm
Like what Dr. Umar said about him. You know what I'm saying? So he pretty much was rapping about like all like, all the ones that should be out of here.
hmm
But for the most part, I like the production on here. He handled this whole album himself, not production wise. I don't know. I'm talking about like rapping, no features on here. He just going, bro. And it's 45 minutes of just rapping. And he has a good voice, dope beats. And I have to sit more with this, probably a few more listens to get more of a feeling of most of these tracks. Because at the time, like he's rapping B, like that's pretty much it. You know
At
what
a
I
high
mean?
level.
No, he can rap, bro. He can rap for real. Um, but Silk Money is dope. Like I said, he's from Divine Council. I don't know if you remember that band, that group. My bad. It was a group in like they from the DMV area. They had an Andre 3000 feature before. Yeah, it was
I
this was
remember,
like
but
2015, 2016. I could be wrong. But yeah, if any of you guys want to check out Silk Money, he is dope, bro. He's around like Flyanic and them. He
mm,
done stuff with No Name and a bunch of other like underground guys. But yeah, like I said, Silk Money. Who waters the wilted giving tree once the leaves dry and fruits no longer bear? Check it
mm,
out. You got a
yeah,
really
I'm a
interesting
fall.
cover too.
Yeah,
Huh?
I'm gonna fall asleep. You say that title again, be that title too long. Need an acronym for that or something.
Hey man, baby, what's your next project, bro? I was
B,
looking
I
for my
want
phone. I don't know what happened to my phone.
oh, B next thing I want to talk about. I want to do a review on this, and this could potentially still get a review, but I'm pretty sure I don't know if you would want to review this at some point. But DS2, man, it's the 10-year anniversary of a classic album.
Uh, Totally
Had to
forgot.
re-listen to it because I seen people talking about it on the timeline. I'm like, this is an album I listen to like consistently at least a few times a year. So I was like, it's just right for me to have to go back to it. And I actually have a Dark Sages Interlude episode of me talking about Future's run from Monster all the way up until DS2 and how like monstrous that run was itself. So if we don't do a review on that, people could just check that video out itself. But yeah, going to DS2, man. What can I say? This is a 10 out of 10 project. There's one potential skip on here, which is Rich Sex, but I'm like, man, I've heard worse Future songs, so it's not that much of a skip in terms of his discography. But within the
Right.
context of this album, it'll still be that one skip that I would have to skip if I had to choose one easily. But starting off, I thought it was a drought. I served the bass. Where you at? Featuring Drake, which is the only feature on this whole album. Some of the actual pacing of the album, the structuring of the album, the sequencing of the album. I think Future, like, it's hard for Future to really like contend with this album right here. I know a lot of people have other albums over this, which I don't see how. But
They
DS2
do?
is just one of them one. Yeah, I seen people put The Wizard over this one. I seen people put really it's The Wizard. I seen a good amount of
Yeah,
people
people
put that up.
love that. No, people love the other one too. Is it honest?
Yeah,
The
people
with the
love Honest.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
one with the all white cover, but the
Hmm,
Wizard is the
hmm.
one where it's like, oh, it's the purple one, orange cover. People love that album. I'm just like, y'all got that over DS2 though. I'm like, DS2 is it's DS2. We do know that, right? Like, but yeah, going back over this whole track list. I mean, some of the voice inflections that Future uses, some of the things that Future is doing on this whole project itself. I enjoyed it. Slave Master, Colossal, Blood on the Money, Trap Negroes, which is a bonus track off of 56 Nights itself, The
Yeah,
Perfect Circle,
fire.
Real Sisters. Come on, B. There's just too much heat on this album. I'm just like that same feeling I get with TM 101. I get that
Hmm.
with this B. This is this generation's like TM 101 right here because come on, B. I
Now
know
that
I know what you
No,
about to say?
before you, I know you for the go, my bad. But I'm just saying that album had that. When you say that, that album had that type of run when it comes to the songs, like
Hmm.
song after song after song hit.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And it's just to me, this album is so fantastic. I don't. This album is great, man. If
Hmm.
you have not listened to Future's DS2, now I do have to phrase this as this. This is a trap album by a trap rapper. He is not a rapidy rapper. Gotta let that know. Do not have any expectations of him being lyrical, miracle, spiritual on these beats. No, he has a great pen for creating great songs on here. That's all I gotta say about that. What
Facts.
you about to say, B?
I would just want to say that I was listening to some guys on I forgot the name of their podcast, but they popped up in my algorithm and I just clicked it and they was kind of talking about substance and guys like Future and Little Uzi and all these type of guys like it's more of a vibe or a feeling. I'm like, some of the one of the guys on the show, he actually called it out and was just like, y'all contradicting yourselves because you said you felt something with this one, but also feel something with the beat. I was like, see, I'm like, music is a feeling regardless wherever it goes. I don't care
Mhm.
what you're saying lyrically or not. I don't know. I just hate that argument. You know what I'm
What of
saying?
like it's just a
Of
feeling?
like, oh, this no, like, oh, Kendrick Lamar has this song called "Sing About Me," and you're comparing that to "Serve the Bass" by Future. Like, he's just doing this and that. I'm like, bro, just because he has some substance of like a subject matter in this song, don't make it better than this song. It's
Hmm.
art, bro. Like,
Yeah, it's all subjective.
yeah, come on,
You
like,
can say
relax.
that Kendrick had like more quintuple entendres and all that on the song. Yeah,
Still, still,
that's an
still don't make it
objective
better.
like
Right.
measurement. Yeah, but it doesn't make it better just because it has that in there. Because there's a lot of
Facts.
rappers that rap miracle, lyrical, spiritual stuff, but guess what? Their songs don't get played on the radio, or their songs
Bro,
aren't as infectious as other more simple songs.
before I start my next album, I
Hmm.
could send you a YouTube channel of this dude named Torchy, and he's like, B, he don't care, bro. This dude's so he old school hip hop head, kinda, but he just go
Hmm.
in on stuff. Like the Clips album, boy reacted to that. Skip, skip, skip. He was like, I ain't like none of it. Bro was a he was like, this is lazy. This he was going in, bro. He was going in, bro. He was going
And we
in.
have that as our
Bro,
potential album of the year. That's
Bro,
crazy.
hey, bro went to freaking, he said, man, he said, hip hop is about bouncy. None of this is bouncy. I want to move. You know, it's just some people feel a certain
Hmm.
way. And it's crazy because he went to EA by 21 Savage. He an older guy, bro, like in his late 40s. He was like, hit a nigga, hit him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I gotta send this to B. I just but no, Torchy, I've been watching him for like a few months. He popped up. He's a wild dude, bro. He's B. You think kick on them on Twitter and out mass slander. No, this dude got all of them beat. He is evil. He is evil. He is evil.
I didn't think
B.
that was possible.
B. He is evil, dog. He don't care. He don't care about nothing. But yeah, my next project, he actually reacted to this. Raekwon, The Emperor's New Clothes. Did you check it out?
Let's talk about it.
We could talk
Let's
about
talk
it,
about it.
man. Um,
Um, you started off, B. This is
okay.
you.
So I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have high expectations for this because the last few Raekwon projects I wasn't really, a fan of like that. But on here, man, I actually enjoyed this a lot more than I expected, man. I was like, man, this is not bad. The Bear Hill, the production on that was cool, but Ray to me sounded I don't know, he sounded a little more him on here. Like, yes, Ray is like he's a comfortable MC. Just he does it like effortlessly how he just
Mhm.
raps. That's like one of his keys of like his one of his qualities. And he just sounded good on here to me. And then you going into Pomegranate, he sounded dope on that production with the Spectre deck. And I was like, hold up, I'm feeling this. Then going to Veterans Only. I'm like, hold up, are they on a run? Is Raekwon on a run? And I think when I hit I think One Life, not One Life. I think it was one of the. I think Open Doors, and it was a song like a songy track. I think that's when I messaged you, and I'm like, "Hey, yo, this Raekwon album not bad." You know what I'm saying? Because I was thinking
Mhm.
like it was not gonna be good. So continue going out into like 600 School with him, Ghostface and Method Man. Method Man killed it. Ghostface sounded dope, and then like as it goes on, be like everything on here to me was. I wouldn't say it's like it was I don't want to say mediocre because that sounds bad because I like this. I just say solid. This is a solid, safe album, and I think it's the best album he put out in a few years. You know what I'm saying? And then the
Hmm.
Nas verse. Have you seen the unreleased Nas verse that
Hmm.
actually was on? It's killing it. Both verses
Mm.
from Nas, fire,
Hmm.
bro. And then the track "Get Out of Here" with him and Ghost again was dope. Freaking Mac and Lobster was dope. I don't know. I was like, yo, this is a solid album. Like I was expecting this not to be good. Like I'm
Hmm.
being honest. So yeah, I think this was a really good release from Raekwon, man. What about you, B? What you think about it?
This is the Raekwon album for me, for someone like
Mm-hmm.
me. I know a lot of people like kind of phrase that like that when I talked about my Nas video about him on his run with Hit Boy,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what it did for like people that weren't really Nas fans, and to like get someone like me back into it. This
Mm-hmm.
is like this isn't necessarily his King's disease because he's not hitting on the same subject matter or topics like Nas was on that. But in terms
Yeah.
of production, album structuring, things like that, this is that more like mainstream, safe sounding album, like you said, for someone like me. Because
Mm-hmm.
I like Purple Tape. I like the Only Built for Cuban Links. I like Only Built
Mm-hmm.
for Cuban Links too. I was
Mm-hmm.
surprised to hear that that album was good. I like his last album, The Wilds. I thought it was cool. But this album right here, from a production standpoint, actual rapping ability standpoint, because we all know that Ray can rap. He is a very influential rapper, especially him coming
Mm-hmm.
from Wu-Tang Clan, him and his things that he had with Ghostface and all that. Obviously that's not up for a debate or anything like that. But hearing a rapper older that came out in the 90s still putting out music to this day and it's still sounding good and refreshing. The thing about this album is that it does not sound dusty. I had a really fun time with this album. I ran this album back and I did not like have any problems with this. To me, this is hitting one of my top 10 contenders of the year so far. Not one, but top 10 contender. That means that it could be 10, it could be 9. But I really had fun with this album, especially with some of the people that he had on this project. Basically, he had Griselda on one track, while Corsicans, which I really enjoyed everybody's performance on that track. Pomegranate, like you said, really great with a great Inspector Deck verse, as well as Raekwon doing his thing on there. 600 School. This is where I got scared because I knew Swiss Beats was on here. And I could tell that this was the Swiss Beats song. I'm like, please, Swiss Beats, just don't say anything. And he did exactly what I asked. He did not say a goddamn thing, and that's why the song is so good. And the way that the song actually starts with the heavy bass, and then you got Raekwon coming in, you got Ghostface with that energy, B, because you know Ghostface is a character when he gets on the mic. But then you got Method Man, who's like a mesh and fusion between those two of Raekwon with the chill but lyrical flow. But then you got Ghostface with the character with it. And Method Man, he just has that voice to me that it's perfect and suitable for rapping itself. So a song like 600 School, it got me. Marsha Ambrosia gave a great hook on this project as well. And the end the track off, I mean the album off with Mac and Lobster, with Ghostface having like what 3 to 4 feature appearances on this project. Ghost sounded really good on this. This actually got me hyped for Supreme Clientele 2 coming out in August. We'll talk about that later. But man, I had to pre-order this on vinyl, B. I had to get
Mhm.
this.
Oh, they dropped the vinyl.
They have 3 different vinyls. They had the one that was exclusive to Get On Down. They have the no, they have 4 vinyls. The regular black, one exclusive to Get On Down, the one multicolored one, and then the direct to consumer variant, which is him in like some black cargo pants and the Shaolin 500 piece limited exclusive edition.
Okay, okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. I forgot about the album The Wild Bee because I didn't like with the Fly International Luxurious Art. I didn't care for the album. That's the last
Mm.
one I remember that left a bad taste in my mouth from a Raekwon release. I
I
forgot
mean,
all
I
about
thought
The
it was
Wild.
cool.
You like that one? I didn't care for that one.
I was cool with it. Like it's not something I would have ran back to, but I didn't think it was gonna be good. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Not to say that
yeah,
Raekwon isn't good, but sometimes it's when older rappers try to go in a modern space, it's like it just don't fit. Like it wasn't something
yeah,
I'm gonna go back to, but I was like, oh, it's not bad.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah, overall, dope release from Raekwon, man. Solid, man. So, hey, man, I enjoyed it, man. Shout out
I
to
enjoyed it as
Raekwon.
well. Raekwon did his
Hmm.
thing on here. Now I can understand if people don't like this because this is definitely not a sound that I'm pretty sure a lot of people wouldn't want to hear Raekwon on. But this more mainstream, I want to call it a mainstream sound. I actually do kind of like it. I think it's kind of fitting, especially for the times and Raekwon doing this whole mass appeal thing and a whole bunch of artists, as older artists to be specific, doing this whole mass appeal joint venture thing. I think that
Hmm.
is pretty cool. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's my thing. But B, I guess
yeah.
that you went, I know my next project.
What is it?
Which is actually going to be my last project. I don't know if you listen to this.
My
Butchie.
next is oh, this is my last project too.
Let's talk about Big Butchie, B. Summertime Butch too. I'm not gonna lie, B. I forgot that Summertime Butch came out last year. I felt like we
Hmm
talked about that a few months ago, which I mean, technically we did, but I forgot it came out so recent. I mean, like it came out last year. So going into Summertime Butch, I'm like, all right, am I gonna get the same thing I got with the last album? I feel like this album gave me a good different vibe right here. Now I saw some people on the timeline, especially Kiko. He said something about Bum B, and I'm like, Kiko, no, leave my goat out of this, bro. Don't slander my boy, Kiko. But going into this album right here, B, I'm not gonna lie.
Uh-huh.
I really enjoyed this project. To me, Benny went, I don't want to say 12 for 12 because the first track was an intro, but to me, he went 11 for 11. The worst verse on here, which is the one I really questioned, was the one with G Herbo on it. Why would I? I
He
love that song, B. I'm like, Benny, this is a perfect song right here.
mhm.
Perfect mainstream sounding song. This is definitely a summertime sounding song. G Herbo gave one of the worst performances of this year, B.
He
What
sounded
the F?
s- he sounded like so offbeat, even though that's normal, but he was also not rapping as fast as he
Boring.
usually
He was
rapping. He was
boring,
boring.
B. He had no
Yeah.
energy.
He phoned it in.
Yeah, and I'm just like, you can't phone it in on a song like this. B. I love this song. I'm like, no, G Herbo, you effed it up. But yeah, going over the track list, Jasmine's, I really enjoyed that with Derringer and West Side Gun. I actually like your boy Bruiser Wolf on this one, B. This is the one
Hey,
that I'm like, Bruiser Wolf actually fit to me. I'm like, at this. Like,
we said during the bag.
yeah, fairy tales. Like,
We say
he's
we
doing that
sell we
more.
sell vacuums. You know what I'm saying?
Me, I really like your boy on this. Told you so when
Mhm.
Mike Will made it. I don't know how I felt. I enjoyed it, but I'm like, that's not the one I'm gonna be running back to. But I'm not gonna lie. When I first played this project, I played it over again because I'm like, I'm like, that was a fun experience. I really
Mhm.
enjoyed that. Gold played at least with the OT the real. I thought that was somebody else. He sounded very familiar. I just didn't know. I just couldn't put my finger on who he sounded like. Bum B to me gave a really good verse as well. I enjoyed him on his production as well. El Camino and Duckman, it was cool. But overall for me, this project was a fun project. This isn't one of those serious projects that Benny is like really locked in and honed in on. But to me, I really enjoyed this project. It gave me the summertime vibes. I was out in the heat working. I'm like, yo, this is I actually really like this Benny the Butcher project. I like this way more than I did Summertime Butch. Summertime Butch one wasn't bad, but I really, really enjoyed this one right here. So yeah.
Yeah.
B, what's your thoughts?
Man, hey, I guess I'm just not a fan of Summertime Butchie. I ain't really care for this. This felt boring to me. Like,
Oh,
it's
okay.
tracks on here that was cool. Like, of course, I like the Hands on Fire with Bruiser Wolf, but only because of
Mm,
Bruiser. You know what I'm saying? He don't ever brought some type of like individuality on here to me. Is my, you know what I
mm,
mean? With Benny on here, he just felt, I don't know, it just didn't feel right. I don't know, it just felt like I felt on the other one. It just didn't feel like he was engaged in the production on here didn't
mm.
really bring me in like that. I was like, dang, am I tripping? So I re-listened to it today. Felt the same way, B. I just this project was an ant for me. I feel like he could have left this. I'm not even trying
So
to be mean.
so for me, I feel like this is still more in my production range of like the stuff that
Yeah.
I like to hear production wise. Obviously, Excelsior is a way better project and more fitting for Benny the Butcher himself. And I
hmm
think Summertime Butch one is more in line with what he goes over style wise, production wise as well. To me, this I said it about the Raekwon. This sounds like more mainstream sounding stuff. I mean, B he has Mike Will made it on here.
Yeah.
I could
And
definitely
he did
tell
what
like
two
this is
projects with Hit Boy. So
yeah, so I could tell, and
mhm.
he actually references that on this project right here. I could tell that this isn't going to be the marriage that everyone likes, but I think I enjoy this more because I'm not gonna hear Benny on this a lot. Every time I hear him,
Mhm.
every time I hear him, he's never on stuff like this. So to hear him out of something that's out of his wheelhouse, but also for him to make some cool sounding songs as well, fun sounding songs, and I'm not gonna judge it harshly because this is the album where it's like, okay, this is to me for me to feed the fans, but also to give you the summer vibes though, give you something a little different than what I usually give you. So yeah, I can understand like a lot of people, especially Benny fans, not really enjoying this.
Yeah, I didn't really care for it. It's all right though, I guess. Big Butchie.
Big Butchie and I tweeted on Twitter. I was like, "Hey, who in the studio let him call himself Big Butchie, man?"
He didn't say it. He didn't say it on here. He
No,
said
I
Big
think he said on
Butch.
the first track. The
I
first
thought he
track,
said Big
Big Butch,
Butch.
Big Butchie. I
I
think he
don't think he
said his.
said Butchie B.
I think he did because I think that's why I said that.
Ugh,
I think it
he
was the
gotta
first
stop
track.
that.
I'm not sure.
He
Yeah,
probably
fact.
did.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop, Benny. That's a nasty name, especially
Before
for an
we
album like this. Come on.
before we move on from off this section, did you check out the 1995 track by Freddie Gibbs?
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to save my excitement for that Alfredo 2, B. I'm trying to save it.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I listened to it.
How was it?
I ain't gonna talk about it. I won't because I want you to listen to it. I ain't gonna say that, B.
Just hey, what well, I don't need to ask you, was it good? Did it meet your expectations? Let me say that.
I say it didn't meet my expectations, but it was a good track.
Mm,
That's all I'm
okay.
gonna say.
Maybe in the context of the album it'll be better.
It could be. We gonna see. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, but that's it for another section of what we've been jamming. Let us know what y'all been jamming down in the comment section down below.
Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.